Here's the thing I think is the next issue is viewers today. The time spent viewing is, if you can get somebody to stay tuned to your event for 20 minutes, you have made a major accomplishment. I mean, that's how fast people are. How many times do you find yourself, you're surfing during the commercial, and maybe you see something that was a little better than that particular show you were watching, so you stay with that. And then you bounce back at the next commercial and see what's happened. That's what's happened with, I think, the long-distance races that we have. You can, we used to call it the NASCAR nap. You know, you could watch the start, go cut the grass, take a nap, come back and see the finish. What do we do to make the race more relevant throughout that entire time frame? And I've had some ideas, and I've been told I was absolutely crazy years ago when I pitched it, literally when we were doing NASCAR Now at ESPN. And I suggested at the time, let's take that 200-lap event, let's break it down. You don't stop the race, but every 50 laps, break it into quarters, you give away 25% of the points based on where you are.
Let's be honest. How many of us have watched the start of a race, then cut the grass or gone shopping, or even worse, taken a nap, and then come back for the finish? I mean, when Dale Earnhardt Jr. is checking football scores while driving, the purpose is not to slam NASCAR with blanket condemnations, but rather to generate some thoughtful discussion on how to make this country's second largest sport even better. Let's divide each race into quarters and divide the points and purse as well. If it's a 200-lap race, award 20% of the person points at lap 50, and again at laps 100 and 150. Then the final 40% at race end. It still offers the biggest reward for the win while forcing these guys to run hard all day. Gordon laid back all day long until the very end of the race. Jeff admitted even he was falling asleep. He wins the race and scores 190 total points. Same race under this new proposal. Cruising in the back of the field would have netted Jeff only 11, 12, and 11 points in each of the first 3 quarters of the race, and 76 in the final quarter. Under this new proposal, he would have netted 110 points.
Now you've changed the whole strategy of the race. Now you've got a race to the 50 lap, you've got a race to the 100 lap, you've got a race to the 150, and you win the race, you get a bonus at the end. But I was told that I was absolutely insane.
First word that comes to mind is absurd, to be quite honest. I mean, the goal of racing is to be there at the end, to win the race at the end. This system would award people and reward people for doing things that actually would hamper the way they finish the race. So it makes no sense. You've used the worst example in the world of Talladega to expose a problem when, in fact, we don't have this problem at most racetracks. So you have to run toward the front. You have to run hard if you want to be competitive at almost every racetrack with the exception of Talladega.
But the reality is, why do we love going to a USAC event? Heat races. They're fast, they're quick, and it's on to the next one, and the winners keep advancing, and then you have the main, and everybody goes home, and you feel like you got your money's worth. And you don't have time to go take a nap. You barely got time to go get a beer.
That's where I'm in trouble. Yeah, right.
So I mean, and I'm not saying it has to be that way per se, but we got to do something, because people will not sit and look at the ratings, how they have dropped over the years. People just will not stay glued to that television set for 3 to 4 hours.